What's good? What's good? What's good? Am I on? Let's see. Yup, I think I'm on. So, today I'm going to have to move really quick. Yup, I think really quick, and we're going to model in a mic. So I'm just going to clear out the scene. I'm going to bring in my reference. Oh my god. I'm going to bring in my reference right here. And with this, I'm going to reset, and then I'm going to reset position. I'm going to RX, and then right here, I can scale this down and GY just a smidge. So what I want to do is model this shape. There's a Boolean operation here, model the mesh on it, and that will be all for our mic. I think I would like to do 2 mics, but that depends on how I move with this, basically. So we have this. I'm going to bring in a cube, scale that down. Let's see if it's flush. I don't think it's flush, so I'm going to GX this out a little bit, scale this down, and I'm going to bring in, measure a cylinder. I think a cylinder. GZ, scale that up, and this end part, I'm going to GZ down here. So I can scale this in, select this, scale this up a little bit. Right, so we have that. I think primarily what I want to do is I'll add a couple of loop cuts to this, make sure I have squares. Okay, all squares, and then I'm going to cut the mesh. I'm going to bring in a cube, scale that down, come to the side view, G to bring this to this position. I'm going to scale, just like so, scale on the Z, bring this right here, and I want to make this line up with one of the edges, so I don't have to do too much on the cleanup. As a matter of fact, I want to trace this. So I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Yep. And then this, I'm going to GY out just like so. So we can use this as a cutter. I'm just going to add a couple of loops. Or how many loops is between here and... I want to make this cutting really easy for me. We have... how many vertices? We have 14 vertices. So this, I can do 14. So I'm just going to dissolve all those edges. Dissolve edges. I can bring in 14 of this. So that's cool. I'm going to select all of that and then carry out my Boolean operation. Sweet. I'm going to take all of that, apply that Boolean, and then time for some cleanup. This cleanup is not supposed to, it's supposed to be just easy peasy. GG. I'm going to use knife tool to connect this to this. GG. So I'm going to select all merge by distance. I also want to clear out these ones that are close. So I'm going to do, let's do 0.01. That's cool. Right here, I want to add some loop cuts, but this is not making that loop cut complete. So I'm going to J join this and J to join this. So I'm going to add, let's see how many loop cut I'm adding. That's how many vertices? 9. I'm going to add 9 loop cuts here. 9. And then right here, I can join. No, join. Maybe I can take out this shape, delete face, select this, and fill all of that. So we have that. I can flip this on the other side, and we have the complete shape basically with good topology. I would say good topology at least. So this edge right here, I'm going to GG, select the Shift D, and then P to remove that. Do I need to do that? I don't think I need to do that. I can just select this edge, GG, and then just bevel it and extrude along normals. So with this, I can select boundary loops, select this edge and this edge, and just create some holdings, but I feel like I need to apply scale because that bevel is looking weird. Let's see the stream. Let's see if there's anybody, because that bevel is looking weird. Okay, only 2 people watching. That's cool. So next up, I'm going to do that top. So I'm going to select this. I think the mesh might be the trickiest part of this. So I'm going to delete all of that surface. And then I feel like I want to apply holding to all these ones. Oh, okay, there's some errors here. I want to merge at center, do the same for this, do the same for this, do the same for this. So I can flip to this side and then flip to this side. So right here, right here, right here, right here, and right here need some holding. Right, so I'll just add an edge loop right here. And I know that if I duplicate this to the other side and apply that mirror and put in a subdivision, everything sits. The only thing now is I feel like this part is curved. Yeah, look at it. It's curved down. So I need to rework this part a little bit. See this edge? I'm going to take this out. And then this entire loop right here, I'm going to GZ. Or turn off this. I can select this loop instead and GZ. GZ. So I'm going to bring them down one by one, one after the other, rather. Yep. So right here, I can bring that down a little bit. And right here, I can flip this to the other side, apply that. And then all of this, I can GZ. Bring that down. So we can select that loop again. I think this will have a different width of the bevel, while this will have a different width on the bevel. I want to dissolve this. This will have a different width on the bevel. So that's cool. I'm going to join this to this. um if I apply sub D, this part is being problematic, and that's because there's just a ton of vertices in one spot. GG. Oh, okay. I realize this mistake now. I'm going to go all the way back to the Boolean cut. And this should have been applied from the Boolean itself. Okay. I think I've applied the Boolean at this point. Onto undo to when the Boolean was still in play. Where are you? Okay, Boolean is right here. So what should have happened was something like this. Dissolve this edge, and then on the Boolean, I can bevel that and achieve that shape. So apply that, and then this is what this should have been. Oh, I've applied it here. I want to look for when I've not applied that Boolean. Okay, Boolean is still live here. So I can select this edge, dissolve, select this, bevel, but apply scale, and then bevel. I'm going to have like very few edges so that it lines up with what we have going on here. We have this for this, this for this, this for this. Okay, I need to reduce that. Okay. You know what? Let me do that again. All right, so I'll take this and then difference, select this, apply this Boolean, delete that, and then we can start treating all of this mesh. So right here, I feel like this would initially be problematic. Like you're already going to see it that it's going to cause some issues. So I'm going to mirror this, take this edge and this edge, and then dissolve those. And this I can merge at the side, merge at last. At last. Let me just merge by distance first. Then this I'm going to merge at center. This is good. I'm going to merge this one at last. Then this is going to be merged right here at last. This at last. Can select this and this active element SZ0. That's cool. This I can GG, just make that straight. GG, make this straight. I can mirror this, apply that mirror. I think I can mirror this to the other side too. Then I want to clean this up a little bit. So all of this mesh. I think I'll just merge at last. Select this R. Then I can SZ0. I want to make this lined up. Right here, I'll just add this join right here, join. I'll select this edge, dissolve edge, and then I'm going to subdivide this GG and then join. Right, I'm going to select this to merge at last. This relative to this are going to exit to 0. So these two are going to be like merge at last, merge at last, merge on this. Select this, use this as a reference, SZ0. Select this, merge at last, and this two merge at last. Then this is going to be used as a reference for this to 0. This merge at last. And I think I got 1/2 of this to look good, right? So I'm going to mirror this to this side, apply that, mirror this the other way, apply that. So we can select this edge, Y, and then L select that edge. And what I can do is, I'm not going to bevel right now. I probably want to add a general bevel to this. So these faces are going to be out. Select this loop, and I will just bevel that and extrude along the mouse just like so. So we have that. The next thing I'm going to work on is the mesh. So I can not subdivide. I can select that out, scale this down, and then extrude on the Z, scaling, or I can bring in a cube and then subdivide this cube into a circle. So I can just basically reshape this into the mic. So I'm going to have something like this. I'm going to GZ, subdivide. I'm going to take out these vertices entirely, GZ, and I'm going to scale that just like so. Scale, and then scale, GZ, just like so. So all of these loops right here. I'm going to select this and then L select, G or GG, just like so. I'm going to select this entire thing and GG. GG. Or maybe I can take this entire top and flatten at the same time and just bring all of that down. Flatten again, and then bring all of that down, flatten again. So that's cool. I want to add some more loops just like so. And we have that. I think this part of the mic I can extrude ES just around here and easy. Right, so that's cool. Right here I can just apply a sub D to this. So how I'm going to treat this is this way. I'm going to bring in I'm going to bring in a curve, a bevel, and I'm going to scale on the Y to 0. SY 0 and GX this. I'm going to scale this down, apply all of that fun stuff, and then I'm going to subdivide this. So we have another one in the center. I just subdivided one time, so I can bring this up. And we're going to use this to form the profile of the mesh. Then from the profile, we're going to duplicate that with an array system and then surface deform into what we're trying to achieve. So right here, I can duplicate this, rotate by around bounding box. RZ90, and then this on the side, I'm going to SZ -1. All right, that's cool. GX, I can select both, and then it's already on the curve, so maybe I can just give it some geometry. All right, I'll bring down the resolution to like 4. Same applies to this, 4. Then I can select both and apply geometry to mesh. Let's see how this looks. I think this is low poly enough. So I'm going to apply scale. Let's see what stream looks like. Enough. So I'm going to apply scale. Well
Let's
done,
see
Chief.
what stream
Looks like. Daniel, how you day? How your weekend did go? What's up with you? So I'm going to array this. I'm going to bring in the new array. We're not going to use the legacy array. And if I do that, let me join. I'm going to join this first. And then I'm going to array. Where's the array? Right. I'm going to increase this array drastically. How many is that? Let's take this up to 70. 70, not too much. I feel like it's too much, but I think that's a good start. Then this array, I'm going to bring in another array, but this time around is going to go on the Y. This X is going to be 0. So the Y, I think I did 70 on that. Maybe I should also do 70 on this. And this thing is going to start to be overbearing. I could feel it just got slow. It just got slow like just now. So I'm going to reduce this to 50, reduce this to 50, and scale all of that down. The scene is still very slow, but I think it's manageable. I'm going to take this up to 70. Take this up also to 70. Okay. So what we're trying to surface deform is this. So I'm going to duplicate that, select this, move to the cursor, and then this right here on the Z, I'm going to GX out, and then this I can scale. I can bring this over here just like so, centralize the whole thing. All right, and then this I want to shade smooth. Can I relax? Okay, so all of this, this is too dense actually. This is too dense for what I'm trying to do. Let me see if I can take out some of these loops. Dissolve. Let's try. Dissolve. Think this to no, keep that. Then on this side, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, then dissolve. Okay. I'm going to undo that, and then for this, I'm going to do the dissolve just like so. Dissolve, and then this is going to go like so. Dissolve. So I think this is low poly enough. I'm going to bring back all other ones. I'm going to take this away, but bring cursor to this side. I can duplicate this, move that to this point. And what I want to do is flatten all of this out so that this can easily deform to the surface. But before I do that, I want to create a shape key so I can go between one shape and move to the other. Right, so it's more like something like this. I can select this SZ0, flatten that, select this entire loop, SZ0, flatten that. Right, so I'm just going to do that to all of this loop right here. As a matter of fact, I don't want to do that too much, so I'm going to take out all this loop and I'll bring it back. How many loops are there? I think there are 6. So I'm going to dissolve all of that, scale, and then in reference to this with active element selected, I'm going to SZ0. So I'll select all of that and SZ0. So all of it is flat. But now we have created, but I removed some loops though. I don't know if it's going to work. Let's see. I'm going to add 6 back. Will the morph still work? I think the morph still works. Okay. So we're going to move from basically this shape to this shape, but we'll need to come to this flat shape to be able to have that surface deform work. So from the top view, I'm going to centralize this too. And then I can scale this. Bring in a sub D. I think I can add some loops here. All right. So that's cool. I'm going to select this, introduce a surface deform to this. Deform, surface deform. And then I'll use this cube as the reference. Right. Then I'm going to bind bolts. So with this, I can come down to these shape keys and then move that into the shape that I want, basically. So we have that, but I need to bloat this shape even more because it looks too small. So all we have created here, I'm going to select that and then move all that to this position. My scene is dragging 1 million. It's really dragging. G. So this, maybe I want to apply the array. Select all of it. And I want to look for double vertices. I'm going to reduce this to 0.001. Are these still actual mesh? I think they're still actual mesh. But what I can do is I want to inflate this so I can go to, where is it? Fatten. And I can take all of that information and kind of just boost it. Yep. So for this, I think I want to unbind this a little bit, right? So that I can GX. I don't know if this is still going to work. This one is telling me that I changed it. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, shape keys is not going to work. Okay, I'm going to go back. Shape keys didn't work. I'm going to unbind this and then how can I move this into space? GX. Will I be able to bind this back? Let's see. I'm not able to. Okay, so I can select this and GX. Right. Then I can come right here. I can apply the other array modifier, select all of that, and then merge by distance. Remove the significant amount. But then in doing that, I can also come and fatten this up just a smidge. So it's more like inflating the shape. Then on this, the shape key is still active, but it's not working. Shape key is still active, but it's not working. So I can just go back to where we still have the shape keys. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to apply, or no, I'm not going to reduce the vertex count, because I think that's what's disconnecting the shape keys. So I'm going to go all the way back here to when it's still hugging, and then come on, don't load. All right, so I want to move this into position GX. I can scale. Origin to geometry. Ooh. But don't scale this down though. Like, why is the... Maybe I'm going to centralize this. I'm going to bring origin to 3D cursor. But don't carry the whole thing, Sha. You know what? I think I'm good at this point. I can always reshape and deform from here. So I can take out all the other things. Or no, maybe I'll leave this one. Or even leave the former one, because I'm going to use that as the inner compartment. Scale this. This right here, I'm going to select all, and then I'm going to merge by distance. Right, I'm going to still take that same mesh and then fatten. I'll fatten that up, and let's see. I can scale that, or bring I can now scale that in the center. I don't understand why this was giving me difficulty before, but scale it down. GX. I think I can use this as frame that selected, bring this to 3D cursor and GZ, just when it covers the whole thing. So that's cool. Let's do the same for this one, and then GZ. Just says contained in shadow shape properly. This part I'm going to boolean out, so I'm going to bring in a cube, GZ, and select this. I'm going to boolean this all the way out. So I'm going to select this and then apply that boolean. I'm going to take out this cut. Ooh, what is the boolean attaching to? I'm going to delete all of this, delete vertices, and then I can scale this in and GZ. With this, let me come to the front view and see. I think it's lower in height a little bit, so I don't think I want to GZ anymore. I can even bring this up and then scale on the Z. I think we have a chance to do that just a little bit before it starts to look weird. And then this inner compartment, contain that in the space. Next, I'm going to bevel this just like so, and then apply a sub D on that. So have our mic, I can apply my bevel, or no, maybe leave those. Next I'm going to do, where is it? I think this bottom part, shade auto smooth, join, join, flip mirror, and then I'm going to select 1, 2, 3, 4, dissolve edge, select this entire loop, and then I can bevel those, right? But before I do that, maybe I should delete this face and then do like a grid fill. So with that done, I can select these faces, insert that, turn that into a circle, scale that down, and I can scale this, extrude, insert, and then extrude in. So we can have this compartment that we could GZ, right? And then this scale in just like so. Or I'm going to do this on the bounding box, scale in. So that's cool. I think this faces, I'm going to GZ all the way to the top. So right here, maybe this loop, I can even take this out. Dissolve this edge. I can select this entire mesh and then this entire mesh and just bevel that, make that soft. That's calm. Next I'm going to do is I want to add like a general bevel to this, the one I added before. I can introduce it now, and then I think that's pretty cool. I probably want to attach the stand, but no, I think this is okay. Yeah, I probably should attach the stand. So right here, I can select this face, and the stand comes down, turns into a circle, and that's it. Right? Yeah. So I can extrude this. This is in fact really dragging. Like it's so slow. Oh, and 6 spaces. Like I probably should increase the distance. Okay, space is closed. That's cool. For this, I probably want to select this edge, turn off sub D, this edge, and just bevel all of that. And then, oh, I think I can attach a circle to this. So can bring this here, cursor to selected, can bring in a circle, RX or RY90 rather. Scale that down. All right. But let's do that again. Is this actually this big? I think it's really smaller than this. So maybe I should undo down to, I'm not going to undo. What I want to do is select this, and then all of this vertices, I'll bring this down, select, and I can grid fill. Okay, that's good. So I can insert that. And then extrude this out just like so. Yeah, so this is 5 sides, or 1 2 3 1 2 3 is 6. I'm going to bring in a circle of like 12 abi. I'm going to bring in a circle of 12 sides. Yeah, 12 sides. So I can RY90. Scale that down. Move this out. This right here, I think I want to turn off all those bevel and everything. So I can join this to this. So join. These faces have to go. This can be joined to this. That's M last. This can be joined to this M last. So we have this. I can select these faces all the way down to the spot and EX out to this space. GYX. Then maybe I can just mirror this just like so. This I can fill this face, but I want to add an edge loop here, add an edge loop here. Fill this, select this, fill. This right here I'm going to fill. Select this, fill and fill. Right? Then I think I'm gonna do the same with this and just mirror this. So that's cool, but this needs to be flush with this. So SX with active element XS 0. Select this, flip this, apply the mirror. Then I'm bringing a cube, SX, and this part I can just GY all the way out, GX. Then I can select all of that, apply that scale. I can select this face, scale it down, and then I can bevel this. So all of this information can just be flipped to the other side. Apply scale, bevel. SY 0. Okay, this part needs to have a hole. So I can do something like this. Join this. Just like so. Can select this, insert. Right. I'm going to dissolve this edge, select this, insert. Scale this down. Then I'm going to turn this into a circle. Come to the side, rotate, scale, GY. Then I'm going to do the same for this side. Join, select this face, insert, turn this into a circle, scale, and then GY. I need to know the exact spot of the other one. GY. So I can select this and then bridge both. Then I can bring back others, shade this auto smooth. I think it still needs a subdivision, but it's cool. Flip this. I think I can select this and use this as the knob in here. So I can fill this, scale this down, extrude this, bevel this just like so, and then shade auto smooth. And this needs to be shaded smooth too, but I think right now is where the bevel needs to start working. Merge by distance, let's do 001. What is going on here? Let's see. Separate that. Turn off sub D, turn off bevel. Okay, I think it's the bevel that's causing it to look like this. So instead of following this, I'm going to use this route instead. Terminate here so that all of this, or rather this alone, dissolve this edge, is going to follow like so. And then G. I think this also should be dissolved. Don't be dissolved, please. GG. GY. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to add that bevel, then maybe I'm going to reduce the width on that. Or I'm going to add the bevel myself. How I think adding the bevel myself now is that I can't correct it. If I get to the stage now and I need to call back all those information. Bevel. Shift N. Oh my goodness. I think what was causing the bevel from not working properly was the normals was not aligned. I'm going to bring bevel before sub D, and that is good. This right here is being problematic, so I'm going to bevel this. Shade flats. Then what's up with this place? Could it be because this needs an extra loop? G. Or G on this side too. Oh. I really don't understand what's going on here. Could it be double loops? think that's all for this mic. I thought I could model another one, but time is fast spent actually. I'm going to bring cursor to this point, and then I'm going to bring in a cylinder, scale that down. G, Shift D, X, Shift D. I'm going to G, bring this to this point, scale, select all, and then I can scale around individual regions just like so. Select all, scale it down, and then this right here I can scale on the Z, and then GZ out just like so. So this is mic 1. I'm going to move this into a separate folder and call it mic 1. The second reference that I brought in was this, and to be candid with you, like, it's one of those tempting ones where you feel like it's just going to run sharp, right? Should I model this or not? Okay, so I'm going to model it. Let's go. I'm going to scale on the Z. Before I go any further, let me check the stream, know what's going on, and then I'm going to move on. Scale on the Z. Yo, Sky Kid, shout out to you, man. I saw your comment on one of my video, and it means a lot. It means a lot. Thank you. For someone that does like really complicated models like this, bruh, this is crazy. Let me see. Did you model this? Did you model this, Sky Kid? Because like if you did, shout out to you, man. Because this is not an easy thing to model at all. It is not. Let me check out more of the videos. Okay, I see you're really into like aircrafts. You're really into like rifles too, weapons. And yeah, this is fire actually. Like, I see you go on live too. Let me see your live. Okay, you're playing game on live. Okay, do you have any video where like you were making one of these? Like, that would be really cool to see. I think this one you were making. Let me see. Okay, this is the final shot. Man, these are really good. Oh, these are really good models. Shout out to you. I'm going to get back on stream, and yeah, let's go. I think the working of this is to get these two centers, right? I know that with this, I can select this edge and this edge, scale it on the Z, but around the bounding box, scale it on the Z, just like so. I can bevel this and add one loop in the center. So I know that probably this face and then this face would have to go. Then right on the side view here, I can select this row, select this row, select this, and select this, select this, and select this. So this is basically going to be the cage. I think on this side too, I'm just going to select this entire thing. So I can invert all of that, delete all of that face, and we have the cage of the mic. I'm going to say the mic of the cage just now. Thank God I thought about it. Okay, so I probably shouldn't do that. I'm going to have to add an edge loop here and add one more here, or I could just flip this the other way, and right on the side I can select this, select this, select this, select this. Then on the other way I can select all of this too, and then I can invert, delete faces, and a Z, just like so. So this thing should be slimmer. So I'm going to take this part and just a Z, make that slimmer. Take this to significantly slimmer and then just flip this the other way. All right. This right here, I can select this edge SX and extrude onto Z, just like so. All right. That's cool. And then the lower part is just going to be extruded all the way down. All the way down, easy. I think there's an information here that is important. So this goes something like this. I'm going to dissolve this edge. And then this, I'm going to GG to the center, scale that down. And then bevel all of that. Looks something like that. And then I'm going to shade this smooth. Then next I'm going to do is I want to select this edge. And I would like to bevel it. But I'm going to undo to this part. And instead of beveling, I'm going to GG to this surface. GG this to this surface. Select that. Bring that in and then bevel. So we have the shape right here. Scale that, bevel. Add this. That's a nice looking shape. I think down here is like a chamfer. So I'm going to GZ, fill, and then bevel that into a chamfer. Bevel into a chamfer. That's cool. I'm going to bring in a cylinder right now. Scale this down. I really don't know how I'm going to do the mesh for this. I don't know if it's going to be the same thing, to be honest. Like, first of all, let me add a solidify modifier to this. Right. Scale. I can scale this down. SZ this, scale this SZ. Scale SZ. This has to puff out of this. And then with this selected, I can GZ. Then this surface, I can select that, add that scale. I think this should go up even more, so I can bevel. And we have a little bit of that puffing out. I think before I do the mesh, I'm going to first of all do all of the stand and all the knobs and everything, like all of these things. So basically, I think this starts from somewhere around here. I'm going to select this face, Shift D, separate that, and right here I would select this and GZ, right? And on this view, no, that's not the right one I selected. I'll select this to Shift D, P to separate that selection, select this GZ, and side view I can EX, right? Then I would mirror this to the other side, so I don't have to do that again. And then this I would select in X-ray mode. I want to bevel that, but it's not looking the way it should. I'll select that, and then I can mirror this. How can I mirror this? I've forgotten the shortcut for mirror, Mirror this. We have the information. I can scale this up, scale this down a little. Then I think this should be rounded off. Shade this smooth. This should be rounded off at the top, so I can select this. No? What's going on? Okay, I need to apply the solidify modifier. So I'm going to apply solidify modifier, select that edge, this edge, and then this edge. Apply all of that scale again, and then bevel that. just like so. So right here, if I join this, let me see if it fixes that. It doesn't fix, so maybe it needs a bevel. I'm going to bring cursor to this point and I'm going to bring in a cylinder. Scale that down, RX or Y90. I'm going to scale that down and then GZ. I'm going to scale on the X-axis just like so. No. It's a different joining that is there. So I think what I'm going to do is GX this out just like so. Then mirror that. Then next is I'm going to bring in a cylinder of 6 sides. Scale that down, RY 90 and GZ. I'm going to scale, I'm going to SX rather, and GX. Scale it on the X-axis. Then all of this, I'm just going to apply a bevel modifier to it. Scale that even more. Right, so this is what it's looking like. I think it should be bigger though. Should be bigger and more outer, if that's for lack of a better term. I think this is bigger, even way bigger on the reference. So all of this I can GX or GY rather. Flip this mirror, apply. So I can select this scale, GZ scale. That's cool. Yeah, I think that's pretty much a good look. So right here, I can bring cursor to this point. I really like this model, and thank God that I did it because like it's just flowing. It's flowing. I've not gotten into the mesh where I feel like it's going to get a little bit tricky, but so far so good. Like I like the way it's going. I'm going to delete this surface. Delete face. Select this edge, ES, EZ, ES, and EZ, and then fill that. I'm going to shade auto smooth, and then this is going to actually come down from the other side. But in coming down from the other side, I'm going to delete this face, select this edge, ES, and then I can EZ all the way down, just like so. Doesn't have to go too down. This is good. I can add a bevel to that. Yeah, that's cool. So I think onto doing the mesh. The mesh is going to be really tricky, right? Because if I shift this to the side, I can scale this down, or maybe leave it at that same size. I want to scale it. No, I'll leave it at that same size because I want to. In fact, I want to shift D again so I can hold control and just do that move incrementally. Then I think from what I learned the last time, I need to add in shape keys, right? Select this face, scale it, and then with reference to this or all of it, I can just, I'm going to do with reference to the top. I'm going to switch this to active element and SZ0. So we have that motion from this to this. What I want to do is add loop cost, but I'm going to come to the other, to this rendition. And then add some cuts to make this square. I don't think it's square enough. I'm going to add this. This face right here should be grid filled. So I'm going to delete that face, select this, and I'm going to grid fill this face. 1 second to check my charts. Nothing on chart. And I think something I'm going to be doing not to distract myself is probably have a second screen. I do not have a second screen right now, so I probably want to get a second screen so I can look at the charts without having to interrupt with the whole, with the whole stream basically. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to grid fill again. I want to see if I can get this really straight, right? Go to the top. Turn this turn. And this is cool. Select this, and then let's see if that key still works. Okay, key still works. Glory be to God. I'm going to bring in a curve, GX, right, SY0. Select all of that, subdivide. I'm going to come to the side and then G this. So with this, I'm going to GX, right, and I can apply geometry to mesh, right? Yeah, I can, but maybe with a lower count. I'm going to do with a 4 count. Apply geometry to mesh, select all of that, Shift D, and then rotate by 90. Bounding box RZ. What? Like, why is this not rotating properly? Like, where is it rotating from? RZ 90. You know what? I'm going to select both and apply the scale. I think it's the scale that's wrong with this. RZ. Shift D. RZ 90. Select all of that. I'm going to merge by distance. Then this, I'm going to come right here. Origin to geometry. RZ -1. Not RZ. SZ -1. I'm going to undo that RZ. Then SZ -1. I'm going to select this and delete all of these vertices. So this bolt, I'm going to join, and then I'm going to turn this into a curve. Add depth to this. I think this is already 4, but let me just take it down to 4 even further, because I don't want to bog down this scene. It's already looking too much. I'm going to add an array. Is this flush? Like, it's not even flush at all. So, I think I'm going to apply, dissolve this, convert this curve to mesh, and then this right here around the bounding box, I will SY0, and then same with this SY0. This is going to be SX0. Merge by distance. SX0. I think right here too should be SX0. So when we bring in the array, they're just going to be next to each other. I think that's probably the mistake I made with the other one. I'm going to take this up to like 70. Then I'm going to bring in another array. Ctrl C, V, C, V. And I'll take this up to say 70 also. So that's cool. I can scale all of that down and bring this to directly under this mesh. I have doubts that this is going to work because of the length of this thing. So I'm going to move this to the center point, and then in my keyframe or shape keys, I'm going to GZ, bring this to the lower part, then GZ all the way just like so. So I can select this, scale this down, GX, right? View frame selected. I'm going to select this, and then I want to bind this to that surface. So I'm going to hide all of this. I feel like I want to apply the array. So I'm going to apply both array. select this, select all. I'm going to merge by distance in case of any hanging loop. Then I'm going to fatten this up just a smidge. Okay, that's good. Then yeah, we're going to have surface deform, and I'm going to attach this to this and just bind both. Let's see how it's going to bend. I'm going to go to shape keys and oh god damn. Nope, 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 nope. Not bending properly. And why is that the case though? We have enough subdivisions. So I'm just going to unbind. I'm going to unbind. Then can I add an array to this? Oh, this is already too much. It's already too much. We're going 3 million. No. Just like so. I'm going to apply this scale. Ooh. Why did it get big like that? Apply the scale and remain at that size. Like, I'm not saying that it should get bigger, but I think this is still deforming. Then I can come here. I can bring in my surface deform. Use this. I'm going to bind, and then let's try that again. It's not working, bro. It is not. Oh, you know what? Let me take this up to 1 or up to the other way. And then right here, I'm going to select all and subdivide. Let's see. Ooh, Blender is taking time to load. So let me merge by distance. That's good. This is already 3 million, bro. Like 4 million literally of vertices. Just because I'm modeling a mic. Oh, this is no more binding anymore. Honestly, I think the one I've modeled for today is good. I probably don't need to model this to like to exact same spec. What I'm going to do is to figure out another way to get that same effect here. So I'm not necessarily like doing that same wire gauze kind of method. I'm going to bring this in, delete this face. It's going to be like holes basically. So it's just going to create a feeling of looking like that. So I'm going to select all, subdivide. Maybe I'll subdivide again. And then I'm going to insert. And then the inserts are going to be subdivided again. I'm going to turn this into a circle. And then I'll delete those faces. I'm going to bring this back. I'm going to copy this and then undo back to when this was completely solid. And then scale this down, paste that. And this needs to be solidified. So I'm going to select, oh, see some issues here. I'm going to select this, subdivide just once. Copy this, I'm going to insert, just like so. Insert. Subdivide. Turn this into a circle. Apply scale into a circle. I'm going to add a solidify modifier to this. Man, this mesh is just going crazy on me like this. I think in order to fix this, maybe I can select this and this, scale. I'm going to select this face again and then grid fill it. Delete face, select this, fill that, but this time around I'm going to use a grid fill. Go to the top. I want this to be perfectly straight facing me. And then this, using this as a reference, this entire line is going to SX0. Change that to active element SX0. Same with this, SX0. No, active element, bro, active element. SX0. That's still need to check, SX0. And this, I'm still going to join. I think that's enough joining. Flip. Apply that modifier, select all, insert. I'm going to undo. And then this joining here, I'm not going to include this faces. Same with this joining here. I'm not going to include these edges. So we're going to have something like this. Let's try and see if our inserts are going to subdivide. If I can undo this, select all, maybe I should subdivide, insert, just a little bit. Then around individual origin, I would scale all of that down, right? Subdivide one time and then turn this into a circle. I see the parts that are having issues, so I'm just going to scale this down. I'm going to attend to those individually. Then delete those faces, right? So on an individual level, I'm just going to come here and just deal with these ones. View frame to selected. Select this just like so. Ewo. And then scale this down, rotate on the Z and G shift C. Cool. Scale. Same with this. Just going to go all the way around. Scale. Rotate on the Z. That's cool. And with this, I can just duplicate all of that. We have this. I can copy this and just undo to where we have the actual mesh. And I can paste this scale, and I can add solidify. Shift N, or maybe I can merge by distance. Then let's extrude along normal and see. Okay, that's cool. This can be in a little more. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I have the mic. I'll just reload the stream one more time, see who is on. Okay, there's no one on. Yeah, I'm just going to reply this dude's comments. Man, yo, my guy, Sky Kid, shout out to you, man. But like and subscribe. I love you, bro. Thanks for the video. I appreciate that. I appreciate. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's about it, guys. So long. I will catch you guys on the next one. But before I leave, I want to save. I want to save my bridge right here. So it's done. It's model 5. No, not bridge. Jesus Christ. I did a mic. This was done yesterday. This is done right now. I'm going to put this at $4. And this is going to be at 3. Because this is a very, very easy model to do. Then if that's easy, I'm going to put this at 5. No, I'm going to put this at 4. Because this is supposed to be easy, but it wasn't. Day 92, I'm going to go on to save this. Save. Enter. Day 92. Day 92 microphone. Save. We have that. I'm going to pack any other information in here. Yep, that's about it. My plan is to get back on today also. Just have that one ahead, one up on the stream. So I don't in case I have to miss a day, I probably have one ahead of the stream already. I think in the evening I'm going to model in a bridge. Exciting one, something I'm looking forward to. Yeah, that's about it, guys. So long. And until I see you in the next one. Peace.